Welcome back everyone to another Dihon video. My name's Dihon, and let's get to it. We're on Power Dash right now. It looks like we're going to be holding this close corner here. This is okay. This is usually where I used to hold as Reinhardt. Sometimes I wait to come out to this spot. Right now it seems like we're holding our shield a little too much. Then we're definitely not going to have it by the time the fight actually starts happening. Keep in mind we also haven't taken any damage yet. So this is good now. And yeah, exactly. Once we get antsy, we just put it back up, wait for that cleanse. I think we fight and kill D.Va here. We don't need to back up anymore. Alright, so the reason we die here is simply because we back off of our corner. So as Reinhardt, corners are everything, so holding this corner here specifically is going to be the best thing you can do if you are going to hold this corner. Sometimes I like to actually play back and hold this choke here, but the only issue is that I'm going to play it again. Our Reinhardt is sitting right here, and yes, they're poking us out, but as we're fighting and going in, we probably could have swung more on this D.Va here. We start to now back up, and because we back up, now we're in all this open space here, and there's actually nowhere for us to run. Our best rotation would have probably been into here and then pinning back home, but we don't do that. Instead, probably the best course of action would have been to just stay here, hold our ground, get the kills. Once we get these kills, maybe we can run in on this Hanzo over here, and our team would have just stayed there fine. But because we back up, now they have nothing, so we die. Because we have no cover, no shield, basically punished, and now they rolled. This is a bit of a long game, by the way, too. I'm just going to try and cut to important parts so we don't watch the entire thing. That way it saves time for both of us. Yeah, that break and die. Nice. I'd probably pin it on the Ana here, to be honest. This is fine, though. I probably would have kept swinging. So same deal. Issue here is you're playing Reinhardt in a very open spot. There's no cover here either. As you're just sitting here swinging, your shield's just burning down, because every time you flick it up, it goes down. Probably could be swinging a lot more. D.Va never really wins against a Reinhardt duel if Reinhardt's fighting her one-on-one, because Reinhardt just does more damage than a D.Va does. Only time you would put your shield up is if she's using her rockets, which she wasn't in that scenario. So I'd say if a D.Va's ever on you, just keep swinging, and she'll learn real quick to get off of you. Yeah, mainly focus on playing around these cover points a lot more. Your shield will thank you, your team will thank you, and you won't be dying as much. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, in general, I'm just saying that we need to hold corners a lot more as Reinhardt. Very good shatter. Alright, so we swapped to Sigma. Nice. I have a feeling we'll do a lot better as Sigma, and that's probably why we swapped. Yeah, we can contest the Pharah a lot more too, and the Hanzo with range. Whoa. A majority of the times we are dying here is mainly just because we're not playing in good cover. A big part about Sigma's game is going to be spacing. Sigma's a bit of a tricky hero because you do have to space yourself in order to have it so that your orbs are hitting at the perfect spacing that you want. If not, then you just have to be really good with your aim. This is a very good choke to hold, though, and Sigma's very good at this base because he can just hold. For those of you wondering, the best way to attack if your team does get caught in this choke, your team needs to group up and then push into here. The main reason you push into here is because their entire team is going to set up over here, so they're probably not going to actually realize that your team's rotating through here. Up here just has really bad sight lines as an attacking team, and that's why it's so difficult to push into it, and because the one team just constantly is shooting in there. Oh, yeah. So there we just got caught with our cooldowns down. We definitely just used our both our shield and our kinetic grasp a little too quick, and the BAP exploited us. I'm very big on the ult. Unfortunately, we didn't get to perm anyone, so I know we really wanted the lamp on the flux, but the lamp was already down before we use our flux. Which means that the lamp is not going to stay there. So instead of us shooting the lamp, we should be floating into one of these guys, hitting him with our orbs, meleeing, and then slamming them to death. Good. That was a little dicey. I think a main reason why we were losing fights as Reinhardt was we just weren't pressing the backline too much. Instead, we were letting them choose to take the fights instead of us choosing to take the fights, if that makes sense. If you guys are liking the content, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Helps me know that I needed to be making more content like this, and hopefully it helps you climb the ranks. I like this poke. I wish we could target not the D.Va more, just because D.Va never dies. Very good. I may have even went a little more aggressive there and tried poking out and finishing the Kiriko. This is very good. That Ana's out of position though. She should die. Remember, we're 500 health. We definitely should be walking on someone. The reason I say we should walk on someone is because as Sigma, if you hit them with 2 orbs, you can melee between reloads. Since there actually is no reload animation with Sigma. And you're able to, instead of doing just 120 damage, do 150 damage. Really helping with bursting down enemies. Again, don't focus too much on the D.Va, just because she never dies. If we paired that with our Cassidy a little better, would have been really good. But that's fine. Yeah, definitely melee on the D.Va if we are going to shoot her point blank. I wouldn't focus rocking her too much either. If you see a D.Va standing still, you can hit her with 2 orbs and punch her and she'll die. Good checking the corners with your orbs. I like it. They have a Ramatra now. Just keep walking into them. W forward. That Ana can die. Goodie. Big rock. Deep breaths. There we go. If they are close to you, you can definitely bounce off the ground, and your grenades are going to splash into them a bit more. Even there, maybe not shoot at the Mercy that's rezzing, but instead the wall that she's near. I think we're flicking a little too much. We really need to just be placing our crosshair than just shooting in the spot where we think that they will be. I think we'll hit a lot more. Shoot, shoot, melee, shoot, shoot, melee. I think that's a little... no, it might be winnable. Make sure you get someone. That's not the hog. That's good. Wouldn't be a bad idea to kinetic grasp your own Reaper there, just to keep him alive and maybe stop him from getting slept. Walk forward. Shoot, shoot, melee. Shoot, shoot, melee. We definitely need to be meleeing. She would have been dead. Let's not focus about the people coming back. Let's focus on the people still here. The Sojourn needs to die first. Sojourn is #1 priority. Hog second. The reason Hog's second is because Sojourn's going to be doing a majority of the damage. You can always stop a Hog as a tank. You can never stop a Sojourn. And we're going to lose this one. Unless... So you're probably confused why that Flux didn't hit. So, if you break LOS with the black hole, which the Ana does, you end up being caught out of it. So really the best spot you could have probably aimed this black hole, and this is getting very, very technical, is to the right of this. If you aim it right here, you hit everyone in LOS, and you'll pick them all up. Instead, because she ends up using this barrier here to break LOS of the black hole, she doesn't get hit by the flux. Here would have been the best place to cast it. Alright, I already don't like our positioning as Sigma here. We get nothing out of playing here that we aren't getting out of playing here. In fact, we're actually probably getting less because we are not only playing in an area with no cover, but we are also playing in an area of low ground. If we are on the high ground here, if we end up getting damaged too much, we can simply back up here and get heals. If we get too weak here, we have to back up all the way back here to get healed. Also, Hog can't get us if we're up here unless he hooks us. Hog can get us if we're anywhere down here, because he just needs to walk to us. So keep that in mind with your positioning. High ground is very important, and usually take that over the low ground. We need to be a little more aggressive as the tank. Remember, we have like double the health of damage heroes, plus abilities to keep us alive even further, so it's more like triple the health of damage heroes. As Sigma, need to definitely be shooting twice and then meleeing. It's just a small little thing you can do that's going to make a big impact, because we're going to have, instead of 120 burst potential, we're going to have 150 burst potential. Finally, we just need to use cover a little bit more. For numerous times throughout this that I've seen us pushing and not holding cover, so we just get surrounded by the enemy and die because of it. So I hope that helps, and happy climbing.